Welcome back to another episode of Warren Cali. In this episode, I'm going to detail a crazy story of how a father and daughter were murdered by the police. Anthony Grazano and his wife Tracy Martinez had several issues and were going through a divorce. They had two kids, 15-year-old Savannah and a younger son. Anthony had moved out the family's home and Savannah left with her father while her younger brother stayed with her mother. Fontana police had never received reports of domestic violence at their home or never had to have child services involved. Neither parent was on parole or probation, and investigators believed that Savannah was being homeschooled while she lived with her father, whom police said camped out in deserts and mountains in his pickup truck. Witnesses later said that Tracy Martinez was walking in Fontana when Anthony Grazano picked her up in a truck. It was not clear whether she was forced in the vehicle or got in on her own. Immediately, that's when they started arguing and yelling, and domestic violence was occurring, people said. The shooting occurred on a street near our elementary school. This was a time period of morning drop-offs, and many students and parents were forced to duck for cover. Many residents who lived on the street would get their account of what they saw happen. A woman would say she seen a man run down the street and he was just shooting. She would say he hit trees, he hit a house across the street, and say bullets were skipping off the street. She would also say she seen a woman running, trying to run for her life, and unfortunately, she saw the woman be shot. Anthony fled the scene and drove to get Savannah, who had been somewhere else at the time, likely where they'd been staying at. Her little brother was at the family home at the time.
Search underway now for a murder suspect and his daughter. This all stemming from a shooting that happened as parents were dropping their kids off at school earlier today. Now we're going to show you images of, again, this Amber Alert. This is Anthony Grazano and his daughter. Now Anthony Grazano is considered armed and dangerous. He is 45 years old and 5'4" there with the neck tattoos. Now that's Savannah on the left. They were last seen in a white 2017 Nissan Frontier pickup. Now this all started around 7:30 this morning when officers responded to a shooting near the intersection of Mallory and Cypress Avenue. Now, when they got there, they found a woman who had been shot multiple times. She was transported to the hospital, but unfortunately was pronounced dead upon arrival. Neighbors described the incident earlier today.
He started shooting off rounds of ammunition. It then stopped for just maybe 10 seconds. I think he reloaded, and he again shot a whole bunch of other rounds.
Right.
He didn't stop. He just kept shooting. He did not stop.
Fontana PD says 2 people were shot at, but only 1 person was struck by the gunfire, that of course being the female victim. It is believed that the female victim is the mother of Savannah Grazano, because police have been describing this as a domestic situation. It is worth noting that Anthony Grazano, apparently is a Fontana resident, but also has a residence in Arizona as well, so he could be very far well on the 10 East by now.
A 911 caller reported seeing Anthony's pickup truck in the area of Highway 58 around Barstow the morning of September 27, 2022. Deputies located the pickup truck and chased it on the highway for around 45 miles. Throughout the chase, someone from the vehicle was constantly shooting back at deputies, putting rounds through patrol cars' windshields and disabling the second patrol vehicle. The pickup truck became disabled on the shoulder of the highway and the shootout began. A passenger later confirmed that Savannah got out the vehicle. The girl was wearing tactical gear as she got off the truck's passenger side and ran towards the sheriff deputies. And then she fell to the ground and missed the fire. The deputies didn't initially realize it was Savannah running towards them. They said she was wearing a helmet and military-style vest. The video showed that Savannah took several steps towards a patrol vehicle, then crouched and paused. Several deputies were visible next to a patrol vehicle with firearms in hand. Seconds later, Savannah rose up and took a few more steps, then her body is blurry in the video, marking the moment she was most likely shot. The voice in the audio is saying, "Oh no," as a flock of more deputies rushed forward towards the nearest patrol car. The sheriff's office also released a recording from the deputy closest to Savannah. When she got out the truck, here is her repeatedly yelling,
"Passenger, get out! Passenger, get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Passenger, get out! Get out! Come to me! Come to me! Come to me! Hurry! Stop! Stop shooting her! He's in the car! Stop! She's okay! He's in the car! Stop!"
Based on the audio, it appears that Savannah was obeying the deputy's instructions to come towards him when she was shot. Deputies immediately administered medical aid, and Savannah was taken to a hospital where she would die of her injuries. Her father was pronounced dead at the scene.
Savannah was trying to get out of the car. The deputy is trying to get her to safety. She is crouching down. You can see at one point she's hesitating, but the deputy is reassuring her and saying, come on, continue to come, walk towards me. We now know that that recording audio from the belt was not transmitted through the radio, which is why potentially there was that miscommunication and that the other officers did not hear that. That is all part of the investigation. She was pronounced dead at the hospital, and that father was pronounced dead on scene. Guys?
It is devastating to hear those gunshots, Elwyn. Now, this case has been under investigation for 2 years now by multiple parties, including California's Department of Justice. Where does everything stand?
Yeah, so we reached out to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department yesterday. They did not comment. They referred us back to the state DOJ. But today in a press conference on a separate issue, they did address it because they were getting questions about it. And they said, listen, there are a lot of legal complexities with this. And they just begged the public to keep on holding out, waiting for that investigation to conclude. We know that the Attorney General here in California is investigating this. And of course, as you know, these investigations can take a really long time.
A subject exits the passenger side of the vehicle wearing tactical gear. That subject starts to run towards sheriff's deputies, and during the gunfire goes down. Sheriff's deputies immediately go to clear the vehicle so that they could clear the vehicle, make it safe, and render medical aid. At which time, they contact the subject wearing the tactical gear, and we believe that both the suspect in the vehicle and the person that's contacted with the tactical gear, that person is our 15-year-old juvenile, Savannah. The suspect, we believe, is Graciano in the driver's seat of the car. This all still needs to be confirmed and is preliminary information, and we will confirm it through the coroner's office. But as the deputies go up and render medical aid and realize that this is Savannah in the tactical gear, they immediately transport her to a local area hospital.
As of now, this case is still ongoing, even after 2 years. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.